playing phone tag here?
Yeah, we were a little bit. I called you, and for whatever reason, I noticed that the recording device was not indicating like there was any sound going through it. So I hung up on you.
That's
Rebooted.
good because I was shoving a chimichanga down my face
Oh yeah.
at the time. So, I had to get that through. I had some salsa on my shirt. I had to clean off real quick.
Oh well. I mean, nobody's looking. You're lucky there's no video. You're lucky
Yeah,
we haven't evolved to video in the 2 years we've been doing this.
which I think we should. I think it's time. I think it's
Okay,
time.
well, look into it. Download the programs and
What's the
let's make it
program? What does
happen.
that even mean? Download the program.
Make it
Like,
right. That's like, yeah. It's like I think we should do it, and that's where
that's
your
your job.
involvement ends. Like,
Yeah, right. You just tell me what to
you
do and I
piece of
do it.
shit. You piece of shit.
What do you mean? You tell me what to do, I do it.
I'm dying over here, by the way. I'm not
Are you
feeling.
still what?
Yeah.
What is this? Like you've got like the long hauler COVID here.
Well, it's been a full week now. I'm celebrating a full 7 days as of midnight tonight. So,
Man, and the CDC says after 5 you can go back to work. So I don't know if you would be able to go back to work
well, I don't. Yeah, I haven't.
if you worked.
I haven't tested I haven't tested myself, but I definitely still have a bunch of symptoms and feel like shit. So,
You don't sound very good.
no, I don't. And yet here I am,
Yeah.
carrying my half and your half, as it were.
Right. Right. I mean,
by
and
the
if we
way-
had video.
By the
this would
way,
even be
yeah,
worse.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll get right on that, sir. I just want to warn you so you don't fly off the handle. That at any moment I might have to pause us while I run to the front door and grab something that's coming to the house. Because
What'd you get?
well, I got some food coming here from Publix because
Okay.
I can't go
Can't
get it.
go out.
I can't go get it myself. I mean, I can. I could be that guy. I could be the AJ of this group and go
Yeah,
wherever
start with
coughing
me.
all over stuff, whether I've got COVID or chlamydia, any of them. You'd be rubbing your.
I'm still coughing
Listen
here.
to you. Yeah, I don't know what you got, but I'm glad I have COVID because whatever you have has been going on for like 2 months now.
I think I just have a. I think I have a. Just the lingering effects of different ailments that I've had over. I think I'm just fat, actually. If you really want to know, I'm fat. I'm just fucking fat.
I mean,
I
like, do we need? We should let everyone know what your nickname in the group chat is.
go ahead. Just go ahead.
It's Mister 280. So
Right.
Mister 280 over here.
I just and
There
and
was-
then I wonder why. Why am I 280? So let's see. I start my day off with just a cup of tea, nice and simple. Gonna just start it with the tea. I'm not gonna
Yeah, but
not gonna go crazy.
But how many?
Lunch comes.
But how many packs of cookies did you dunk in that tea?
No, I didn't because I picked up the tea while I was driving. So, okay, smooth ride, smooth sailing. Lunch comes
I need
and
some tea.
I get to lunch and I see they have a special at the sandwich shop, and it's either a half a sandwich in a soup or a whole sandwich in a soup. Now, look, I mean, I'm not a half sandwich guy. Like, I'm not the guy that gets the half sandwich. In my mind, I said you should get the half sandwich with the soup. But then I said, no. Like, I ain't no bitch. Mama didn't raise no bitch. I'm getting a whole sandwich.
Right.
I got a club sandwich with a bowl of chicken tortilla soup.
Well, here's the insulting thing about half a sandwich. It's not half the price of the full sandwich.
Honest to God, it was $2 difference.
Right.
So that's the other part in my mind is why would I, for $2, out on another half of a sandwich? Like, I'm doing a disservice to my wallet.
You
at that
you
point.
fall victim to a self upsell.
Right. So I'm like, no, I'm getting the whole shebang. Now, the person I was with, who I work with, he was like, oh, I'm just going half. Not only did he get half sandwich, he ordered a tomato basil soup. And I said, with an Italian sandwich. And I said, no, you can't. That's not even a soup. It's like tomato. It's like sauce in a bowl. Like,
Tomato soup's
you can't-
delicious. What are you talking about?
The chicken tortilla was excellent today.
Mm.
So I ate my sandwich and my soup. one would think, okay, he's had enough. Like an hour later, I'm searching the break room for cookies, and they're like, "What are you looking for?" I was like, "I know there's cookies or ice cream." Or there was like, "No, there's definitely not any of that here." And I was like freaking out because I needed like a sweet, so I
Oh
went up
God,
front and bought a pack of Reese's peanut butter cups.
you fat pig.
Right? That's not even it. So then I get home from work, and Lex says she wants Mexican. Okay, I could do a little Mexican. She gets a chicken burrito. All right.
That
I
like
don't know what.
like Mexican food is like the holy trinity of carbohydrates. It's
Right.
like flour
Rice and
and
beans.
rice and beans.
So I start off with, let me get a chimichanga. Comes with rice. You know, chimichanga's nice. It's got the cheese on it. So as the lady's like ringing it up, she's having like an issue, and she's like, "Hold on a second." That hold on a second was a game changer because it gave me time to turn the page and see the quesadillas. And when she came back, I said, "Hey, can you throw a chicken quesadilla on there too?" So I just ate an entire chicken quesadilla and an entire chimichanga with rice and all the fixings by myself. And then I wonder why I'm 280 pounds right now.
Mister 280. Um, there's the Mister 305. We know
Right.
we know 450, and now we
Right.
and now Mister 280.
Right. And I was so disgusted with myself
Right.
that I'm like, I'm so gross. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, I don't even like looking at myself. I'm so gross.
Neither do we. But hey,
Wait. Yeah.
wait. Oh, there's more. Is that what we're? Is that what we're?
Oh,
Are you
oh,
showing
no,
me? There's more.
I'm not even done because then I went to Publix and bought an entire, not even like a piece, not like a sliver. I bought an entire bread pudding because in my head I thought I could put ice cream on it tonight and eat it like that. Like I don't need that. I don't need it,
Well,
but I bought it.
man, you're gonna get it.
Well, I also bought 4 eclairs. I mean, this is just
You
it's
fat
out
piece
of
shit.
control.
Completely. Yeah, I mean, like we're gonna have to update your nickname on our chat,
Right,
Mister
to be
285,
Mr.
real
282.
quick.
Yeah.
I'm not going by
And then
twos; they go too quickly.
so then I got thinking like, man, Josh Powers had mentioned our friend Josh Powers, friend of the Breakfast Club, former. I don't know if he's a former member or he's still a member. I don't know.
Well, he was always. Oh, if to coin a Blakeism, he's a Jace. He's Breakfast Club a Jace.
Right, he actually did more Breakfast Club than Blake has ever done.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway,
but he wasn't a founding father.
no, he's not an original member.
So I'll give him former member of the Breakfast Club because he tag teamed with you as the Breakfast Club gimmick. So that definitely earned him his stripes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. I thought about him. I reached out a couple weeks ago saying, hey, we may use you on some shows. We have some ideas. So, in my self pity that I felt so fat, I sent him a text and I said, hey, I really need to know, is this happening or not? Because if so, I have got to get, like, I've got to start, like, now because like after what I powered down tonight, like I mean, I'm eating chips and salsa like it's nobody's business. I'm like, I need to know because I've got to start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like I've got to go into
Yeah.
training mode.
Right.
And
Yeah,
he didn't respond to me. So the longer he takes to respond, the fatter I will get. So we need him to respond.
I'm gonna message
ASAP.
him and tell him to string you along for a week or two.
Just don't respond.
No, like say, yeah, let me get. No, you gotta respond because otherwise you'll just give up. The point is like, I want to say yes. Let me triple check some things. I'll get back to you, and
Let
then
me triple check.
yeah, come on, and then like 5 days later, maybe you ask him again. He goes, oh man, I totally forgot to get in touch with you. I forgot to look into something. Give me 3 more days. I can milk 2 weeks out of this easy if he plays it right. So
He's not responding to me.
would you like to know what I had today to eat?
Yeah.
I had 6 fucking oranges and a grapefruit, and that grapefruit
Because you're
is
sick.
stuck in the back. It's not because I'm sick. It's because some good-intentioned person that made me a bunch of homemade soup also dropped off a bag of oranges and 2 grapefruits with it. and two
Who is
apples.
this person?
This was my father's wife, and
Oh, your stepmom. Your stepmom.
no, my father's wife. And there's no
Stepmom, brother.
there's
Okay.
no stepmom. Nobody's getting caught in a
Do you
fucking
call her like
washing
stepmommy? Do you
machine.
call her
No
like?
one's getting caught in a fucking. No one's getting stuck in a couch here. There's no stepmom going on here. Um,
Are you sure?
yeah,
Come
100%.
on.
So,
You did say she was younger than your dad.
yeah, but
So
not way too old for me. Please,
is there such a thing? Come on.
yeah. Have you met me?
You're pretty old yourself, pal.
Yeah, but I don't date my age group.
Yeah, this is true. Way too old. Right.
Way too old for me. So,
Yeah.
so she brought me some soup. That was good. The two apples, everything else was like must have been what was left in her fridge. She just grabbed
Right.
anything that looked like fruit. So the two apples were so they were like half mash under
Right.
the skin, you know. So I was like, they were unedible. I took one bite and I was like, nope. And then the oranges were fine. And then I'm like, I don't think I've ever had a grapefruit. Let me try the grapefruit today. So I knew that like a lot of people put sugar on it or whatever. So I grabbed some artificial sweetener because I don't have sugar. I put on the
Right.
grapefruit and I ate it. And I was like the sweet parts are kind of good, but the rest of it's that I didn't that the sugar or whatever did to it. It wasn't good. And an hour later here, it's still like in the clawing in the back of my throat. This disgusting like grapefruit taste.
That's what you get for eating healthy.
Honestly, you're right. Did you see me try and angle for a pizza today?
I did. I did. Yeah. Yeah. I did. And
So
you
I
know,
posted. I posted that. Wait, I already forgot my line of thought to it. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
no. Go ahead.
Well, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was hoping whatever you said was gonna remind me what I was gonna say.
I was gonna just say what I was gonna say is uh, what did you order from Publix? Anything good from there?
Oh no,
So-
it's like pasta and nothing healthy. Dude, I'm sick. I ordered like rotisserie chickens are like the most healthy thing, and I'm gonna like put them in mac and cheese or whatever I make. It's not gonna be healthy. It's gonna just be food that makes me feel good about being sick. So
Yeah.
I angled for a pizza today, but all the wrong
Right.
people bit, and because I only wanted one person to bite on this, the person
Yeah.
that
You were looking for somebody specific.
I was
to
trying
bite
to
on.
angle for someone to do this because they said they no longer do this, and so I was going to
Right.
see if a sympathetic COVID pizza plea out into the world would have, but I don't think he bit on it. But what was funny is that like Joe from Joe's Old School Pizza posted, send me a DM and I'll let them know, and you can come pick it up. And I'm like I wasn't really looking for free pizza, to be honest. And so
Did you at least message him back?
I replied to him and said thanks, but I'm way too COVID-y to come pick something up from you guys and make you all sick. But I appreciate it. Something like that. And like Joe's so cool, he's offered me a free pizza twice, and like he hooked us up with pizzas for the 2 pizza rumbles. It's like I want to go and just spend money with him. You know, I don't want from him. I don't want freebies. I don't want discounts. I just want to go and
Right.
get, but I can't. I'm like too sick to do it. So when I get better, I will. And then make sure I post it so he knows.
I'm surprised you didn't order like a sub or something.
Nah, I don't like ordering like the a la carte sandwich type deals when I can't see it being made. It's like that I'm
Right.
paranoid the whole time that they fucked it up. And like some sandwiches, it's like, if like say you don't like mustard or something and they put it on there, it fucks the whole sandwich up, You can't like it's the kind of things they could put in there when you're not watching are the kind of thing. It's not like, oh, I could pull 2 tomatoes off of it. That's not what I'm worried about. It's all
Right,
the condiments that you're like, oh, if they end up putting this on it, I'm not going to be able to eat it. So
Right.
I don't
It's
like doing it. It's too
like
much
the
trust.
time that
Too much
brings,
trust.
brings back the story of the time when maximum capacity, the 600-pound
The mayo.
fat ass. Yeah, he this guy was 600 pounds. I know we have a lot of new listeners, so we may rehash some stories here, but a lot of newer listeners probably have never heard this. But,
600-pound pro
this is-
wrestler.
600 pounds, and he didn't like mayonnaise. which always to me was, you're 600 pounds. You would think mayonnaise would be like a top five.
I mean,
At
that's like a
600
maintenance
pounds.
food. That's how you maintain 600
Right.
pounds.
Right.
I
Like I was always in disbelief that he didn't like mayo. Like I couldn't believe that someone of 600 pound stature didn't like mayo. Like it just
or
kind of it's weird to
or the
me.
irony that anyone 600 pounds is picky about anything they put in their mouth.
Right. So yeah, right. He definitely wasn't picky about what women he put in his mouth. So I couldn't
Oh,
imagine the mayo was
but I
right. So
digress. But I digress.
yeah. So anyway, we were in Tampa and he asked Johnny Vamba, which is another wrestler friend of ours, if we're gonna go in and get public subs. And he tells Johnny specifically, like I was in the front seat, so like I remember the whole thing. He said no mayo. He wanted turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomato, mustard, no mayo. Specific, no mayo. We get out of the car and Johnny's like, fuck that fat motherfucker. I'm getting mayo on it. Like he didn't give a shit. And sure enough, he gets the mayo. We get in the car. Max takes one bite of it and throws the sandwich at the dashboard. Like it gets wedged in between the window and the dashboard, like a full fucking sandwich. And he's like, I told you I could put fucking mayo on it. And Johnny's like, my bad, I told them no mayo. And he was, you motherfucker, you piece of shit, like
That's
going
a
off.
great rib. That's a great rib.
Right. And Johnny's playing it like, I told them no mayo. Like Johnny totally got mayo on purpose.
Probably extra.
Right, they're going back and forth. Mayo, mayo. I told them no mayo. Mayo. So, he was livid. So we drive to the venue and he's just pissed off. Now we didn't know this at the time, but then years later, he had said he was so mad and so pissed off he thought about driving the car off the road and killing us all.
Really.
Like that's the level of upset that this man was that there was mayo on his sandwich. He was about to kill us all
But
over some mayonnaise.
in our tradition of speaking ill of the dead, let's be
Right.
honest. This guy, as far as human beings go, was pretty much dumpster fire quality human, like
For sure.
like a complete piece of shit as a human being. And
Yeah, right.
and you're living my 600-pound life. I'm sure most days at some point during the day he's thinking of killing himself because he's 600 fucking pounds.
Right.
Like
Right. And so
but
as
to
this
be
is going
like that,
on,
he
though,
would kill people over mayonnaise.
Right.
That's how much of a
Well-
piece of shit this guy is.
Right. And me being, the antagonist asshole I am, I was sitting in the front seat and all I kept saying is I was laughing hysterical.
It's
like
funny.
I could not I couldn't stop laughing. Like I could not stop laughing. And I said I just kept going, there's no way. There's no way a man of 600 pounds doesn't like mayo. Like, there's no way. And he kept saying, what does that mean? I was like, you are so fat. There's not any way that you don't like mayo. Like, mayo has to have been part of the 600-pound game.
Right.
Like, there's no way it wasn't. I was like in tears laughing and just kept going on. And he was, so I'm sure that didn't,
Oh,
that
no,
added to his frustration.
You were pissing
Right.
gas on the fire for sure.
Right, and I was like in tears laughing because I could not believe that this guy didn't like mayo, like ever. And he was he was a piece of shit a lot of the times. One time
were you a pallbearer for his funeral?
I did not go to his funeral.
Oh, who? I thought
think so,
I thought they mentioned you were, but I guess you were.
I was a pallbearer
were-
for his father's funeral.
Oh,
He had asked me to go, and I went, and I was because they didn't have many people. But
his father
not for
wasn't
his funeral.
600 pounds.
No, and his father was funny as fuck, Italian guy.
I
But,
can't imagine they buried Max. They must have cooked him. They must have put him in a.
I have no idea.
They must have put him in
No idea.
a
To this day, I
double
tell
size urn or something.
Bobby to this day. Sometimes I think he's not even dead. He's really alive, and he fucking worked us all. But then I think about it and say he was such a mark for himself. He would have.
He would never been able to keep the
He wouldn't have been able to keep a secret.
secret,
Right,
yeah.
right. But I will tell you one other story with Max. Is,
He used to.
well, I got
He used to. He used to try and add me with fake accounts.
right all the time.
Because I would get sick of his shit. He was trying to get me to book him, and then when I wasn't, he was then like fucking like cursing me out on Facebook and talking shit about me, and I'm like, all right, you're blocked. I mean, you're useless.
Right.
And then
And
he
all
would,
these fake accounts.
yeah, he would with these fake accounts and stuff, and I'm like,
Right.
I'm not adding people I don't know. First of all, like, and then second of all, you would just look at the people that had added him, and they're like, oh, it's fucking, what was his name,
Right. You knew it was
Stankin?
him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And so one time we went to a Chinese buffet. So we get into this buffet, and he goes there. He was like a frequenter, so they weren't like nervous that he was there because they knew him. So
I'll be honest, like those types of buffets, they know their clientele. If like next time
right,
you go to like a sushi buffet or a Chinese buffet, look around. It's
right,
like uh like like they've been called. It's like they know
right.
their customers are all these tremendously obese people that have
Well, and
no,
they knew him, like
yeah,
knew him.
right.
Like so, all the Chinese women, like all over. Oh yeah, they loved him. And they loved him when he went to Japan too to wrestle. They just loved him.
Well,
Big guy.
In Japan he's a circus attraction. They
Right.
love like
So
different over there. Yeah.
yeah, now all these Chinese women loved him. So we're in the restaurant, and I mean, he's powering down fucking plate after plate. Like I'm on the first plate, and I can eat, and this guy was on plate like three already. Uh, and I'm like, this motherfucker. I mean, he is powering him down, and I had the kids with me, and you can't help it. The kids are just staring at him like, what the fuck? They're little at the time, so they're like, what is this monster of a human being? Like Godzilla eating away over here at the buffet.
Right.
So we're eating, and he starts a conversation with one of the waitresses, and he asks her, what does the writing on my arm mean? He had some Chinese writing on his arm, and he says, what does it mean? And she's laughing, and they calls over some other people. They're laughing. He goes, well, what's it mean? What's going on? What? And they said, what do you think it means? And he said, it's supposed to say mother. They're like, no, it doesn't say anything. Like, it's fake. And
Oh, it
he
did it.
was livid.
That's
Yes.
that's funny because I was hoping it said like stupid fat American or something like that. Like
No,
it
it
didn't
didn't
say
say
anything.
anything.
Huh?
It was
Oh my
like they
god.
literally just made it up. You're right, the tattoo guy. And he was livid. There's no way. You're full of shit. And all the women coming, like the cooks coming out, and they're all like, guys coming out. No, I mean, nothing. There's nothing. It's not real. What? No, there's no way they lied to me. I'm gonna go. He wanted to go to the tattoo place and just kill everybody because
Again with the
they
murder.
had right because they had given him a fake Chinese tattoo.
That's tremendous. Good.
Uh,
Couldn't
he
happen
was
to a
livid.
nicer guy, to be honest with you.
Right, right. And then I think I may have told this story recently.
I mean, Billy told the
I
one
may
where he
have.
fucking punched him in the fucking head, and he flopped to the ground when they
Right,
got back to the locker room.
right. Well, and I think I told it in the same episode. Me and Johnny were working a tag match against him in Craig Classic, and he was. We were talking about the match beforehand in the locker room because wrestling's fake, and we were talking about the finish, and he said, "Well, I'll go to my knees, and then you guys double super kick me, which is like a kick to the face." But he said, "I'll take it on my knees, and then you pin me 1, 2, 3." So we go to the finish. It was like it was at a school, it was at a high school in Boca Raton, and we had like a coach involved, and the coach spears Larry Lane, who was the manager of the other team, their team. And we go to do the kick. Max is on his knees, and we go to kick him. And I felt, as I kicked him, I'm wearing wrestling boots, which are a good, man, there's maybe a 3-inch, like, rubber, like, sole. I felt his nose go through the shoe because I kicked him so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I literally kicked him so hard, I felt his nose break.
Hmm.
And when we kicked him, we kind of, like, both spun around, and he was like rolled over to his stomach, so we couldn't see his face yet. And I looked at Johnny, and I was like, "Yeah, we definitely broke his nose." And we rolled over. There was just blood everywhere.
Tremendous.
Like his nose fucking exploded. He was so mad. Like, oh, I told you to kick. You didn't have to break my fucking nose. And I was like, dude, like, you said kick you. He kicked you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, put your fucking hands up. I don't know.
Yeah.
His nose exploded, but it's funny because that's not. I wrestled Max for almost an entire year straight between Florida and the Carolinas. We were doing this thing where it was Team Florida, Team North Carolina. I lived in North Carolina, so I was Team North Carolina going against my buddies in Team Florida because I had like become part of the North Carolina team, and we were the baby good guys. They were the bad guys. So we're in a match, and he calls something where he was like we go to the corner, and he like knocks me down, and he doesn't tell me what he's gonna do. So like I'm laying flat on my back in the ring, and he's 600 pounds, and he doesn't say anything, and he just like splashes me, like just jumps on me full weight, like on top of me, laying down. Doesn't say a word until he's coming down. He says, "Move." There's no way you're moving from a fucking eclipse like this. Like,
Right.
it's not happening. Like, he didn't say move till he was coming down on top of me. So I didn't move, and he fucking crushed me. Like, absolutely, like, full force, no fake bullshit landed on me. So he was like pissed off because I didn't move, and I was like, "You told me too fucking late." So and I remember when he landed on me, I sharded because he literally landed on me so hard I like shit myself. Like I literally sharded. So I rolled out of the ring and I was like checking myself, making sure it's not like you can't see the shard through my like I had like tights underneath and then pants. So I was like, all right, I'm clear. I'm just gonna wrestle with shit in my ass for the rest of the next 10 minutes.
Right.
So we get back in the ring and I'm pissed and he's pissed because I didn't move. I'm pissed because he almost killed me. So we go to do some spot in the turnbuckle, and he says, he wants me to run and hit him with a forearm. I ran full fucking speed and hit this motherfucker so hard. I hit him so hard, he just crumbled and sat down. And I looked at him, and I looked at Chuck was a referee, and Chuck's like, dude, he's knocked out. I hit him so hard, he just literally just sat down. He was out cold. And so like Chuck's like, just like work the crowd or something. So I'm like working the crowd, and he's trying to wake him up. He gets him up finally, and I go back to the turnbuckle, and he's like, I was out. I was like, yeah, no, you were definitely out. So he was like, we can't go much longer because like he's in another world, and he was so mad. And I was like, dude, you almost fucking killed me on a splash because you don't know how to communicate. So I got him back. We call it a receipt.
Right.
So the finish is he's supposed to do something and miss me and go through the table. And he doesn't. He goes through the table and, but he went through the table. He knocked him out so hard with the forearm. Then he went through this table that he was supposed to come back in the ring and I was supposed to pin him, like kick him and then pin him. He couldn't get in the ring. He just laid outside the ring, and Chuck just counted to 10 and the match was over. Like he got counted out.
Yeah. That's funny.
And he get in the back, and he was just like, "Oh, you hurt me." I was like, "Dude, you're 600 pounds, and you fell on top of me. Like you could have literally killed me. Like not even joking, you could have killed me."
Yeah, it's reckless. Like completely reckless.
Right. He's like, "Yeah, but you didn't have to hit me for real." I was like, "No, I did. Like you needed a shot back to tell you, like, I don't care. You're 600 pounds."
That's what a receipt in wrestling is. You had earned one.
He was more mad at two things. One, that he splashed me and he couldn't pin me. Like, oh, that should have been the end of the match. It was the start of the match.
Right.
Two, he was mad that I hit him so hard it knocked him out and he fell because he was trying to not to fall till the finish. But obviously, I knocked him out, so he just fell to the ground, like sitting down.
Just knees went out from under him.
Right. No. I mean, there's no choice. Like he was knocked out. But yeah, that fat motherfucker. He was an interesting character to say the least. I mean, he wasn't very well liked in the wrestling business.
No.
That's for sure. So
I think he was most popular probably when he was paying for things. That's one of those types of guys.
Right. Or I mean, some of the women took advantage of him because he paid for things. But
he's a mark.
Right. He was, but
I mean, not like a wrestling mark, but like a pussy mark. Like a girl shows him any attention, that's it. It's over. He's done, So
right. No, right. Yeah, he was giving some of these girls so much money to live with him and to do this and that and the other. But and anybody in the wrestling business, if you're not a wrestling fan, the wrestling business is, I guess the best way to describe it is, it is, it's like, how would you explain it? It's really hard to explain.
It
It's like Walmart, but
well, it most of the time it's seedy, and
right,
suspect, and grimy is a good word for it,
yeah,
especially on the lower like echelons and the local indie stuff. It's also like kind of like a whole nother universe, like with its own rules and its own language,
right,
and it's like another planet, and some of that's kind of cool, and it's also cool when you're part of that, when you're like
right,
when you're an accepted part of that, uh, but it's also not not be inclusive. It can be, it can be a lot of things that are negative.
very political,
Very,
very
very political.
right, very political. Just yeah, there's a lot of
And
shady shit
I
happens.
don't know if it's like more at the lower levels, and as it gets higher, it's a little more professional and or
Right,
not. But the jealousies and the things like that and the backstabbings, I'm not sure. It's a sliding scale. I think it's probably the same at all levels.
right, and I think it's gotten better. Probably, I
Oh,
think
a thousand times better.
when I started, it was
There's there's
super
definitely
seedy.
more accountability for
Right,
poor behavior, a way more accountability for poor behavior, but also way less accountability for not learning how to conduct yourself in the business. You know what I mean?
right. I agree. I agree. Right, because it is still, I think a lot of guys
Like
forget it's a business.
like the accountability of weeding people out has gone out the window. There's not, there's a lot of people in the business that shouldn't be in the business that 20 years ago that would have handled itself. But at the same
Right,
point, that overdoing of handling itself, all the abusive shit and the violence and the taking liberties on people and that kind of, a lot of that's gone away, and like the sexual stuff and the harassment and all that. It's a
right,
way more accountable in the right way. So yeah, you give and you take.
right, right.
it might be a nicer place to operate in, but it's not the same anymore for sure.
Right, and it's I used to tell people, like, when I was younger and we were kind of traveling, and me and Eric, and we were, you know, I thought I was a rock star because I felt like I was living like a rock star. I mean, we never paid for anything. Like, I didn't pay
Well,
to get
compared to
drunk.
today, it was rock star life
Right. I didn't pay to
comparatively.
get drinks.
Yeah.
I didn't pay to get alcohol. I didn't pay for anything. Like, I mean, we never paid for a hotel. We never paid for
Pussy,
food. We never paid for
pussy.
women. I mean, it was right. It
Yeah.
was all like everything was, and especially because we were too hot, like
Uh,
hot on the scene, like
oh,
new
okay.
guys. We were, I mean, we were in shape. I mean, we were in great shape. We were young. We were hip. We were, it's like we were fun. We were good with the fans. When a lot of the older guys were just miserable pricks,
Yeah.
and we weren't. So,
Yeah. So you were
like,
taking advantage to
everything
every
was
opportunity. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah.
it was fun, but it was too much fun because that's why we never made it, because we decided we thought we had made it, and
Yeah.
we were having so much fun acting a fool that we never tried to make it to the big time because that seemed like a lot of work and didn't seem as fun.
This
Like,
sounds familiar. This sounds
right,
familiar.
exactly, right,
We should go
right.
to video. Yeah. All right.
Let's go to video. Sounds like a lot of work. But yeah, that's just the life,
Oh,
how it was back then. But
I can't believe this became a max capacity podcast. Oh my god.
yeah, I can't
How
believe
did
we
that
spent
happen?
25 minutes on talking about that fat fuck.
Oh my god. What are you
Right.
doing? All right. Well, let me tell you something. I got a knock at the door here, and I think it's a good spot to call it, because I don't think we can handle any more max capacity stores. To be
No, and I
frank.
honestly, the Mexicans running through me like fucking maniac.
I
I got it's
I
going
had a
wild.
feeling. I had a feeling you were kind of doing like the sweaty
I
pace.
got I got I got the sweaty face, the bathroom door, the lights on. I've got 1 foot in the bathroom, and I made sure we've got toilet paper. So
Are you in Nick's bathroom or your bathroom?
I'm totally using Nick's bathroom.
that makes it all worth it. I hope you have triple diarrhea now, my friend.
Oh, he clogged the toilet. This mother shit in here. Oh, disgusting fuck.
Oh my god.
All right,
Oh,
I gotta go.
don't get any in your
This-
mouth.
No, he got shit water all over the toilet seat because he probably tried to plunge it.
Oh my god, you fucking animals. Who cleans
Goodbye.
your house? Who cleans your house?
He cleans this toilet.
Oh, well then just do hovering shit. Just get it near the bowl.
Yeah, I gotta go.
All
Goodbye.
right, bye. Tremendous.